Hey, what's up? What's up? We're back. The Progression Podcast, your host, 007, man. And I'm so glad to be with you again on this great day. It's been a great year, great month, great week, great day, great hour, great minute. And man, I'm blessed to be alive. And this one right here, man, this one right here, getting what I deserve, man. Getting what I deserve, man. I know it's gonna be a enlightening podcast, and it's not gonna be long. It's gonna be short and quick and straight to the point. And I'm not gonna hold you long. I'm gonna make a short story, not so long, a long story, not so short. So I'm going to give you what they gave me. Now, like I always say, this is a progression podcast, right? We speak on liberation, education, and elevation. I was liberated from the street life, educated in the prison system, and elevated once I gave my life to Jesus Christ. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things are brand new. That's 2 Corinthians 5:17. If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, and behold, all things are brand new. Now, I always start this thing off by telling you what I'm talking about. Today, I'm talking about getting what I deserve, getting what you deserve, getting what we deserve, man. And to pivot on this topic, I want to talk about more about giving of oneself, giving of a lot of things, and how giving activates a lot of stuff. Getting what I deserve. I'm going to start off biblically. Proverbs 11:25. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Giving is right tied to this proverb. Proverbs 11:25. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes will be refreshed. Getting what I deserve. Now, I want to start off real quick. I know y'all thinking I'm gonna talk about the things of the world and what's going on with P. Diddy and whoever, Chris Brown, Drake, or whoever. But no, this is a upliftment podcast to further uplift y'all and to say, what God has given to me, I give it to you, and you take it on to somewhere else, right? First off, the process of deserving starts with giving. The process of the process of deserving starts with giving. Now, I'm going to say something that's so easy, right? We go to McDonald's, we go to a Burger King, or we go to anywhere that we want to get something from. I mean, even it could be the doctor, it could be anywhere, right? We go and make an order. We order something. We order something, and before we get it, say we ordered a burger and fries. Before we get it, we have to give money to the cost, right? And then we get something back, right? Just what you ordered and just what you paid for, you get it, right? You get your burger how you want it. If you want it with cheese, you paid extra for your cheese, and you got it with cheese, or fries. You want exactly what you paid for, and you feel like you deserve it because you put that in to that, right? The process of deserving something starts with giving, right? And it's as simple as that. That giving universe and receiving universe giving and receiving, right? Now I want to pivot to this. Reaping. Reaping is reserved for planters. Reaping is reserved for planters. Now, reaping, I don't want anybody to let me go over your head. To reap is to get. Reaping, and let's say getting, is reserved for planters. If you plant something, that's how you get it, right? You get what you give, right? So I got a quick story. My son, one day we was at a GameStop, and he was talking about a game that he wanted, right? And so he said, "Oh, I want that game, Dad. Can you give me that game?" I say, "Well, I don't have any money." Just like that, right? Told him I don't have any money for that. And so he said, "No, it's easy. There's a machine right there. It just gives out money. You could just go to that machine and it gives out money." And so I had to teach him that that's an ATM. So what it does is you put money into the bank and they give you a card, which is a debit card, and you receive money off of what you've put in. Planting, then receiving. You plant it and then receive it. And he learned a valuable lesson then. What you put in, you can get back, right? Now, I'm going to say this, and, and this is going to be kind of messed up. And you hear this all the time. You hear this since you were a child. It's better to give than receive. Now, it kind of sounds crazy. It kind of, man, what you mean giving is better than receiving? Look, man, let me tell you something. Some may think it sounds crazy, but giving starts the receiving process. You can't receive something like I just explained to you about the giving at the McDonald's to receive something back. It starts the receiving process when you start giving, right? I have an abundance of stuff now, and God has allowed me to have a good career, and and I don't hoard up things. I love nice things. I don't hoard the money that I receive. If someone is in need that I know, or even the ones that I don't know, I try to help uh, the any way I can. It's better to give than receive because it starts off the receiving. Giving starts off your receiving process, right? And I want to tell you this: always give without remembering, and receive without forgetting. Always give without remembering, and receive without forgetting. Like, I used to talk to my wife about this. Hey man, we don't keep score. I'm not saying, man, remember I gave you this and I did this for you. I did it. Hey, man, I love you. And I love a person. When I love a person, and like I'm in love with my wife, and I love her whole being, so I don't keep score with what the stuff I do for her. I don't say, well, I did this for you. You should do this. Look, I always give without remembering, and I receive without forgetting. I will never forget what someone gave me. I'll never forget it. I don't feel like I owe all the time, but I know I do owe. I don't forget what someone's done for me. Remember this, and I don't want this to go over your head. You can give without loving. Like, I can see a guy on the street, give him something. I don't love him, but I see he's in need. Sometimes the guys be out there in the hot sun all day. And man, I'm saying, man, if you can do that, man, you deserve a dollar or two or whatever. You can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. It's no way you can love someone without giving your time, yourself, your empathy, your money, your whatever. You cannot love without giving. I'm telling you. Now, I want to talk about not having enough to give. Some people they don't talk about this. They say, "Man, well, I just don't have it to give." If you're trying to hoard up what you have because it's a security thing, a safety thing. Oh, I got 10,000, I got 20,000, I got 30,000 in the bank. Man, I gotta hold on to it, man. It will quickly little pinches of it, and you won't have nothing. Give and receive, and you'll get it, man. Hey, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't understand that. And I want to talk about the why and how. The why. Let's start with the why. Why do you want to be successful in things, right? Me, I'll tell you my number one why. My number one why is to provide for my family and have them comfortable and live in peace. Not live successful, big time, or nothing like that. My why is to have my family live in peace. If my son is hungry, he can get him something to eat. If he has an idea, something he can strive for, I want him to do it. Right? That is my why. Right? But let me tell you something. If your why is powerful, and I feel my why is powerful to look out for the ones that God put me over. Cause I'm over, like I told you in the last podcast, I'm the CEO of this house, and what goes on here, that's what I do. When your why is powerful, the how it becomes attainable. You know why? Because the how is going to show up because the why is very much required. Why I want to do a thing and how will I get it? Like I say, if your why is powerful, the how is going to be powerful too. It's gonna show up. But let me tell you something about needs, and this is being for real. Your need is not enough. Your need is not enough. You might need something, but you don't deserve that. You might need it, but the deserving part is, I might be hungry. I might need to eat, but do I deserve to eat? What did I put in to deserve compensation? At my job, I solve a lot of problems. That's what I'm here for. I'm like a troubleshooter for sewer, water, or whatever. My thing is to solve someone else's problem at their house because they can't flush or they're backed up. So I got to come up with a plan to solve their problem. And so I get paid a check because I just not a need to have money. I deserve to have that compensation because of what I put in. Just because you need something, it doesn't automatically create your deserve. Let me tell you about this whole world, with the Amazons. The marketplace is not interested with your needs. The marketplace, they're not concerned with your need. They're more interested in your seed. They're more interested in what you have to give in the Bible. Let's go back in the Bible. Uh, it's a story about Elijah, and this woman is in need, and she tells him, you know, the creditors are about to take my child into slavery, and I don't have nothing. I don't know. I just need to be blessed. She thought probably, and I'm not trying to interpret the Bible what she was thinking. She probably thinking he could say, snap his fingers and she'll have abundant stuff. But what he did was he said, woman, what do you have in your house to sell? She said, all I have is this bread and this oil or whatever she said. And this is what we're gonna eat this. I'm gonna make some cake and I'm gonna die. Me and my son was gonna die after that. So what he did was he blessed what she had, and then it became an abundance. Like I say, the marketplace is not interested in your need, it's interested in your seed. What do you have in you? Your need is not enough. Everyone has something that they can give and then receive, right? And I wanted to talk about that because a lot of people say, I don't have enough to give. Yeah, you do. And maybe you should work on trying to make it happen, right? I want to talk about my last thoughts. My last thoughts, man. And I want to talk about the first class mentality. The first class mentality. Now, I heard this from your boy Steve Harvey taught this one day. And he was saying next time you take a flight, ask for an upgrade. Now, sometimes you can just ask for an upgrade because I've done it and they gave me an upgrade seat, and man, for nothing. Sometimes I've paid for it and it wasn't that much, but I paid for it, right? So if you ask for an upgrade to first class, let's say you ask for an upgrade to first class, next time you buy a plane ticket, when you get to the counter, go to the counter and ask for an upgrade to first class, right? And you sit in first class and man, it's real cool, it's nice and all that stuff. The next time you fly and you fly just, regular without first class, walking past those first class seats is gonna feel different. It's gonna feel different. And when you sit in between people or whatever, it's gonna feel different. Your mind will automatically click to thinking of ways to get back to that first class seat. What can I do to get back to that first class seat? The first class mentality. Like I tell everybody, I'm no different and I'm no better than anybody. We just different. I try to study the first class mentality. I live a certain type of way. Me and my wife was talking this morning when we was in the room this morning. She was talking about a time when we landed in a spot, and we landed a day earlier and we had to just get a room before we go to Found Blue. And I love Found Blue. Before we went to Found Blue, and we had to stay in one of those in a regular hotel. And it was one of those by the tracks, they have orders of pizza things in there. You know what I'm talking about. It was like it was a hotel, but it was slash motel. And man, the whole time we felt uneasy in there. And I think it's our own fault because we were used to a certain thing, right? We was used to a certain bathroom in the Fountain Blue. So we used to that. And I kind of felt bad and said, golly, double O, you come from the slums. You come from a cot. You can't handle this for one night. And I did, and we did, and we went to the next day. But I saw that I want to try everything in my power not to have to do that. Right. So I want that first class mentality. And so having that first class mentality is the same with giving to me. Man, if I could help a lot of people, I see a lot of things, man, and I want to help. And if I had the capacity to help them people, give them the capital they needed to do whatever their dreams are, man, I would do it because I got a first class mentality. Now I want to go over what I was talking about. Like I said, man, getting what you deserve, getting what I deserve. You got to give to actually unlock the deserving mode. You got to give to unlock that. The process of deserving, it starts with giving. Reaping, that means getting, receiving, is reserved for planters. If you don't plant, if you don't give it, nothing will come back. If the harvest is not planted in a certain time of the year, the next part when they supposed to reap it, it won't come. I don't care if it's sugar cane, if it's whatever the planter is planting, the farmer is planting, it won't come up, right? It's the same with everything in life. Reaping is reserved for the planters. It's better to give than receive. Always give without remembering and receive without forgetting. And remember this, you cannot give without loving. You can give, I'm sorry, you can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. You can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. Remember, like, write your list down of why you want to be successful. The why you want to be. Now, the thing what I tell people, my why is not to get a whole bunch of money and be capping on people and to be showing out and saying, look at me, look at what I got. No, it's not my why. And that why, if it is like that, it might not be honored by God. My why is to make my family successful, not only in money, in integrity, morals, and all that stuff. That is my why, right? Sometimes I'm going to tell you, your need is not enough. The marketplace, like I told you, the marketplace, this whole world, Walmart, whatever, they ain't interested in your need. They interested in your seed. And like I said, the first class mentality, next time you buy a ticket, upgrade it to first class. It might cost a little bit more, but man, it's worth it. It's worth it. And I know it's only a 2-hour flight, but don't worry, you're going to sit pretty and you're going to eat warm peanuts and you're going to eat probably a chicken little dinner. Hey, man, it's different. It's different. Like I say, man, I love y'all, man. And it's been a great day, man. I couldn't wait to do this podcast about giving, man. And so all this week when I was writing it and studying the Proverbs 11-25, I was studying that giving part, and I was like so glad that I'm part of that. I'm part of that frequency, man. I'm part of that frequency, and I'll be manifesting the things that I want because I give a lot. I'm not bragging, but I'm not even talking about money. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about love. I give a lot of love, so I receive a lot of love. But I'm going to tell you, you get what you give. So if you give hate, you might receive hate. If you give negativity and you feed off into that and invest in negativity, you're going to receive negativity. Right? So, man, look, subscribe to the podcast, man. It's over, man. I love y'all. And, man, next time I'm going to talk about something that's real deep, and we're going to talk about manifesting, man, and this frequency I be talking about. This frequency is something, man. I'm telling y'all. Hey, I'm 007, man. I love y'all. I'm out.